All right, today we're going to look at something a little different. We're not diving into data or an article, but something, well, a lot more profound, a script. And this script is designed for a human ritual, for one of the most important things we do, remembering those we've lost. Specifically, we're going to walk through a memorial for those who have passed away while unhoused.
So the script kicks off with this line, and it just immediately sets the tone, you know? This whole thing isn't about being loud or making a fuss, it's about creating a space for quiet, intentional listening. It's really the foundation for everything that's about to happen. Okay, so first things first, let's break down the why of it all. Why this particular night? Why this ceremony? Because, as you'll see, the script is incredibly deliberate about its timing and its purpose. So the ceremony is held on the winter solstice, which, as you know, is the longest night of the year. But the script frames it as so much more than just a date on the calendar. It's seen as a threshold between darkness and light, using this natural turning point as this really powerful metaphor for reflection and, of course, for remembrance. And wow, this right here really gets to the core mission. The script states its purpose with absolute clarity. It's asking participants to set aside that very human impulse to try and solve a problem or explain away a tragedy. Instead, it asks them to focus on just one single sacred act: remembering. All right, so with that foundation in place, let's see how the ceremony actually builds on it. Its central goal is to fundamentally shift our perspective, to get us to move beyond the abstract and really see the individual. And you know, this isn't just some generic template. This is a real script for a specific community for Cowlitz County in Washington. Grounding the ritual in a real place like this makes the act of remembrance incredibly personal. It reminds all of us that these aren't abstract issues, they're local, human tragedies. Now, I love this slide because of how direct it is. The script creates this really powerful contrast. It explicitly rejects all those depersonalized labels we see all the time: numbers, case files, headlines. And it replaces them with simple human connections: people, neighbors, friends. And it doesn't even stop there. This quote insists on remembering the full complexity of a life. It's a call to remember not just the struggle, but also the laughter. Not just the hardship, but also the hope. It's a call to remember whole human beings. Okay, so we've covered the why. Now let's dig into the how. How does this script actually guide people through this act of remembrance? What are the actual steps involved? The ceremony is built on a really clear four-part structure. Each step is so deliberate and serves its own unique purpose, building on the one before it to create this powerful collective experience. So let's walk through them. First up, the ritual begins by acknowledging the land. And this is so important. It grounds the ceremony in a very specific place, and it connects this present moment of loss to a much longer history of place and people and resilience, honoring the original inhabitants. And then comes an invitation. But it's not to speak, it's an invitation to listen, to create a silence that isn't empty, but is instead full of shared intention. This brings us to a really crucial idea the script calls holding space. Really, it's an invitation to witness. You don't need to know the person's life story. The simple act of honoring them, of just being a witness as their name is spoken into the air, that is enough. And all of that brings us right to the very heart of the ceremony. The third and most central act. Speaking the names, each one is read aloud, and it's followed by a pause. There's just an incredible power in this simple act. And notice the details here. A nickname, Rusty, which makes Clifford P. so much more than just a name. And then the solemn, gut-wrenching inclusion of unknown, which ensures that even those whose names have been lost are still held in this space. This is it. This is the moment of pure witnessing, just letting the reality of each name, each life, be felt by the entire community. But the ritual doesn't just end with grief. It doesn't leave you there. The final section is all about the what. You know, what do we do with this remembrance? How does it actually change us? Before it turns outward, this script turns back one last time to those who couldn't be named. It makes a promise directly to them. You are not invisible. You are not forgotten. It's this final, powerful act of inclusion. And here it is. This is the pivot. This is where the whole ceremony transforms. The script doesn't just ask us to remember, it asks that our memory become a catalyst for responsibility. It gives the grief a direction. All that immense sadness that's felt in the ceremony is channeled towards something constructive: care. It's a beautiful way of honoring the dead by caring for the living. And this, right here, this is the ultimate call to action. The entire ritual, from acknowledging the land all the way to speaking the names, it's all been designed to build toward this single moment, to use the power of shared memory to inspire compassion, tangible action, and real change in the community. So the script leaves us with this essential question, and it's not a rhetorical one, not really. It's a challenge. It's asking everyone who participated, and really everyone who hears its message, to seriously consider how the profound act of remembering can and must lead us to act.